Such a pleasure to speak to you today.
Thank you.
So obviously fans have been hooked to trying for 2 seasons now, but we left it quite a dramatic moment. And so maybe you can just give us a glimpse of what they can expect when they tune in to season 3.
So the first season was about them being approved by the council to be suitable parents. The second season was about them being matched, and they got matched with a little girl, and they brought her home, and her brother was a stowaway in the boot, which was actually based on a true story that actually happened. So they find themselves with 2 kids, and they get told that they can only have 1 because they've only been approved for 1. They only have space for 1, and so the whole season is basically they've got 12 weeks to prove to the local authority that they can have both kids. And all sorts of different challenges get thrown at them, but at the centre of it is still Nikki and Jason's relationship, which even though it can be difficult, it is still beautiful and lovely and fun to be around. And so, it continues the same themes, the same tone of comedy and drama. Yeah.
And it looks like you have a lot of fun making it, but, what did it mean to you to be able to return to another season and, slot back into these characters, and what might have been the new highlights and challenges of this season particularly?
Yeah, well, it's so lovely that we get to continue the journey and see where they go, because it's always a surprise, because you kind of just get a series as you do it, so you don't know which way they're going to go. And inevitably, it's such a fun set to be around. We have such fun doing it and making it. I guess that the challenges this time wasn't really a challenge, but we're around kids more this series. So obviously the set had to adapt to that a bit, and also being so aware that it's, these 2 little people on a set for the first time, and trying to navigate that and have fun with them. But it was so easy, I think, and they kind of slotted in so well. And also just trying to maintain the standard that I feel like Series 1 and Series 2 have, and just hoping that continues, because we do have fun doing it. It sounds like such a cliche, but we really do. I don't know what you think.
I definitely, is my favourite thing to do. I love it. It's and I think it translates to the screen, and it's a really joyful experience, and it's really nice to play 2 characters that represent certain elements of us. Like you can play characters a lot which are totally removed from you, but it's really lovely to be able to bring some aspects of your personality as well into a character, and I think we have the opportunity to do that in this show.
I was going to ask about that because, by this 3rd season, you must know your own characters inside out. But I wonder, going on that journey, if you end up with this kind of symbiotic relationship with the character, probably bring in bits of yourself, but maybe you learn something from your own characters. Do you feel like you have a lot in common with the people you play?
Yeah, it's funny because we've done 3 series, I feel like Series 1, I feel like I had so much in common with Nikki, and it's obviously I definitely still feel like a lot of Nikki is in me and vice versa. But it's just because our storyline have gone on these 2 different journeys. It's now what's interesting is actually to really see and really play the differences between the 2 of us, which is that's really lovely. The thing that I think when I first read the script, I really related to her on so many different levels, but particularly that kind of riddled with anxiety about your own life, which kind of life just keeps happening and you've got no control over it. And I think that Nikki is so kind of wanting to control her kind of train ride of life, and she really, really tries hard to do it. I am kind of terrible at doing that. That's the real difference between the 2 of us. But yeah.
Yeah, there's definite similarities in these characters that we play. It's almost like there are different. It's almost like just putting on an old comfortable pair of socks, which are really cozy and easy to put on, and you feel really comfortable in them. It's just really easy. It's not difficult. It's just not a difficult thing to do. It's joyful, but that's a testament to the writing, to the atmosphere that's created on set, to the other people that you're hanging around. It's really familiar, cozy, lovely, and gorgeous to do, and we're really lucky that we get to do it.
And one of the things that makes it work so well is the chemistry, not only with the wider ensemble cast, but particularly between you two. And it's a very refreshing way to take kind of, not a much talked about topic on screen of infertility and adoption, but, being able to go from sort of heartbreaking moments to sort of like witty, dry, funny lines, in just a beat. So, is it in that respect, do you think the humor and that balance between those two things is what makes it work so well?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's very reflective of life, the perfect mix between pathos and humour. It's what I like to watch. It's the sort of shows that I'm into watching. It's also my personal experience of life, and but in order to get that, you need fantastic writing and you need good casting. Like, casting is everything. We did a audition process to get cast together. As soon as I met Esther, I thought she was fantastic. And not only do I like acting with her, I like hanging out with her in between takes. It's really fun. We have a laugh. And I think that translates to the screen. But you need really good writing. You need good directing. Jim O'Hanlon, who's directed most of our episodes, is fantastic. He engenders a really lovely atmosphere. And the good people at Apple have been very supportive. And it doesn't feel like work.
I think I'm out of time, but it was so lovely to chat to you both, and can't wait for everyone else to get into season 3 of Trying. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.